hard to keep something nice if you're, in the hopper world. There's dust, gravel, mud, farms, small driveways, stuff like that. So.
But nice, that's sure. Owner-operator Lucas Zach is keeping his 2017 Peterbilt 389 and Tempty hopper, a matched pair the owners put quite a lot of custom work into with shop and fleet partners for his mostly hopper freight business. I'm Todd Dills, and in this edition of Overdrive Radio, we'll hear from two owners who are keeping family truck ownership traditions alive in Wisconsin, both in their early mid-20s, and Zach, as well as the littlest of Little Brothers Transport's three owners. That'd be Harlan Martin, who also showed alongside Zach's Little Z Transport Trucking with Authority at the Crossroads Truck Meet Show in early May in California, Missouri. Owner-operator Zach's business hauls on occasion for the Little Brothers small fleet to supplement their current 13 trucks and about twice as many trailers of a variety of types to serve a diverse and growing customer base. Along the province of many a successful small fleet, of course. Speaking of which, for the small fleet owners among you, time is running out to enter to compete in Overdrive's 2025 Small Fleet Championship, open to companies of 3 to 30 trucks this year and sponsored again by the great folks at the National Association of Small Trucking Companies, or NASTC. For 4 finalist fleets, there's a trip to the late October annual NASTC conference in Nashville on the line, likewise the Small Fleet Champ title belt in 2 categories. Get your entries in by July 31st via overdriveonline.com/2025SFC. Just more than a week away. I'll post that link in the show notes for you. As for owner-operator Lucas Zach, he went on to more detail about the lengths to which he'd gone in recent times to keep the 2017 389 out of the danger of rock chips, dust, and dirt on a farm, even as the farm's owner rushed to get him to his load point miles off the entry location.
I loaded corn at a farm somewhere in South Dakota, and farmer, I pulled on his scale there, and he says, well, we just got to go up the road about 5 miles to load. Well, pulled out of his driveway, it was gravel, and he made it 5 miles up the road, and I was only doing probably 10-15 miles an hour, and he's long ahead of me, 50 miles an hour in his truck. And we get up to the first 5 miles, and he takes a right, and then there's another 5 miles to the east, and then another 5 miles, and here it was 18 miles down the road that we had to load at. So it was kind of interesting.
You're trying to go slow.
Yeah, trying to go real slow, and he's anxious trying to get me loaded, but here I am trying not to rock chip everything all up.
On the other side of our break, we'll dive in with Zach and his pristine 2017 389 and Tempty hopper. Likewise, Harlan Martin's 2023 Little Brothers 389 and livestock trailer, both shown out at the Crossroads Truck Meet in May. So keep tuned.
High heat and low lubricity can break your diesel fuel down fast. Summer driving means crowded roads, more stress, dust, and a bigger risk of costly engine damage. Howe's Diesel Defender protects from the inside out, cleaning, lubricating, and fighting injector wear before it starts. And now, choose a size that fits your ride. 64-ounce, 32-ounce, and the all-new 15-ounce for diesel pickups and smaller tanks. Warm weather's here. Defend your diesel with Howe's. Available at retailers nationwide and on Amazon.
And you can find more information about the full line of Howe's fuel treatments, from its all-weather Defender to its classic Howe's Diesel Treat anti-gel formulation at HOWES, Howe'sProducts.com. Now, here's Lucas Zach, setting up the rig he showed me at the Crossroads Truck Meet, California, Missouri, early May this year.
Yeah, Lucas Zach, I'm 25 years old. I bought this truck 2 years ago. It's a 2017 389. Just kind of bought it pretty basic. Kind of did my finishing touches on it and ordered the trailer. It's a 2025 Tempty hopper. Ordered it. It's about a year old. Ordered it to paint match the silver of the truck.
Right.
And then I had someone wrap it back home to match the paint line. So the paint and the stripe and everything was all the same color. I mean, had factory grill, some, different fuel tanks, or really short fuel tanks. Had the def tank under there, and, passenger side had an APU kind of tucked underneath the cab and all that. And I originally had, relocated the def tank and all that and put bigger tanks on and made it look a little different and, filled that gap. It had factory stacks on it, no visor, just it's a pretty basic truck. And yeah, it was more or less a clean slate because I knew kind of what I wanted to do to it. And, I had an idea in my head to match the trailer someday. And yeah, it worked out. It all, it took a little bit of time. I, started building it probably 2 years ago and, did the interior and a bunch of other little things that kind of tied everything all together real nice.
It's certainly a sharp build. Catch some further views of it hooked to the matching Tempty hopper in the post that houses this podcast for July 21st, 2025 at overdriveonline.com/overdrive-radio. Owner-operator Lucas Zach is running with his authority today's Little Z transport, yet still hauls mostly for his father's network of direct customers, where he got to start running for his dad's Tim Zach Trucking.
I work for my dad. He kind of started his hopper business back in mid-early 90s, and a lot of our stuff is local. A lot of farm deliveries, local mills. We go direct ship, do some, feed delivering to different local farms. And
right.
Yeah, in springtime there's a little bit of fertilizer to haul, but yeah, our main gig is pretty much feed to farms and to local mills. Right when I first got my CDL, I did some, hauling off the field, farm stuff when I was younger and started out driving for him. And then I drove one of his trucks for a couple years, and then I had bought my own 379, and then I leased on to him, and then it grew, and I wanted my own business and my own authority and all that. So I went that route, and I still pull his freight around, and it works out great,
Under the hood of his 389, as with the 2023 model 389 of Little Brothers Transport's Harlan Martin, you'll hear about later, owner-operator Lucas Zach has put a pre-emissions Caterpillar motor, repowered from what had been original to the truck.
This was a factory ISX Cummins with emissions, and I drove it for like that for a good 2 years, and came across this deal on this cat motor, and I picked it up, and we kind of did a few things to it, and we pulled the Cummins out and swapped this cat in there, and everything went real smooth. And I had a good bit of help with some guys that had a lot of knowledge and knew what they were doing. So lease, service, and repair in Colby, Wisconsin, I think. But I helped him. He knew what he was doing, and we got everything ready and had it done in just a couple days, and it worked out pretty good.
Had you worked on a project like that yourself before? Or? Probably learned a lot, if not, right?
I definitely hadn't tackled something like that on my own, but I definitely learned a lot, and I'm pretty confident I could probably, do most of it.
Right.
Yeah, like my brother, he did the same thing. He has a 24 W900, and we pulled the motor, and we had that done in just 2 weeks. But we did it, him and I, together at the shop, and with a little, help from Leroy, obviously. Yeah, he definitely knows what he's doing there.
Right.
Yep, he's actually a dealer for AirTech that's here today.
Okay.
Yep, so that's what I'm running on this engine here, and then my last Cummins I had AirTech. So AirTech is a company that makes their own turbos, and they've treated me very well.
Other people involved in kind of all the work that you've done to the truck, other than Lee's. The shop and shops and stuff.
If it wasn't for Little Brothers Transport, this truck wouldn't be at all what it is right now. They resources they have, the knowledge they have, all the guys at the shop, they've helped me out, and they're phenomenal people, and definitely got to me where I am right now.
Makes sense. Have you kind of branched into other than Little Brothers? Are you working with others, like other brokers or other direct customers that you have yourself?
Not entirely. Okay. I don't necessarily do a whole lot of broker loads. A lot of our stuff around home is pretty much direct ship. It's direct call from the mill. They know what they want, and
that's all coming from your dad's relationships and what have you.
Yeah. So cool. He built that up, and we stay busy year round on hopper stuff. There's 4 or 5 trucks constantly busy with hopper all year round, and it never stops. There's feeds moving all the time, so it helps out.
Cool. Tell me what you did on the interior here. Did you say, do I remember remembering right that you said you had done a good bit of work on that pretty recently?
Yeah, so all of the black leather blue button tuck came from Spare Time Fab. Everything came through them. I tore everything out. I dyed, all the headliner stuff that was originally tan, the curtains.
Okay.
Sleeper boot I got from Spare Time Fab. Everything, their light brackets. Just about everything in here is pretty much Spare Time Fab there.
That's cool.
I know they do make hush mat for the floor, insulate it, quiet it down a little bit. Something I haven't done yet, but I'm definitely gonna get their kit to put a floor in. I don't know if I'm gonna do hardwood, or I know they do painted floors, stuff like that, but I'm definitely gonna go that route eventually. But this is just where it landed and looks great as it is right now. Their stuff is just phenomenal. It's super easy to install. I mean,
really,
they have very, very simple videos on installation on their website, so everything, you don't get lost trying to piece something together that you don't know how to do. So I have a whole surround in here. Speakers are they're all Infinity speakers, and I have two 12-inch subs under the bunk. Still kept the smart nav and the factory radio. I just kind of incorporated everything around the factory surround, so I like the way it looks. I didn't want to, change it up, because the screen is still really nice to have in here.
Get a look at Wisconsin headquarter Lucas Zach's 2017 389, including that Spare Time Fab button tuck recently installed for the interior finish at overdriveonline.com/overdrive-radio in the post for July 21st, 2025. Now, you heard Zach mention Little Brothers Transport, as I've mentioned a few times myself. The youngest of the three little brothers who co-own and operate the small fleet was also on hand at the Crossroads Truck Meet, just down the line from owner-operator Zach, with a 2023 389 similarly Caterpillar repowered and showing with a 2018 EB livestock trailer. The owner, Harlan Martin, notes is one of about 30 trailers of a variety of types in the Little Brothers business, headquartered in Clark County, Wisconsin, not far from Zach's own Gilman, Wisconsin headquarters. Here's Harlan Martin, offering a bit of a tease of the unit that you'll be able to see more fully down the line in one of our custom rig series of videos. Here we go.
Harlan Martin, Little Brothers Transport. It's a 23 389, 310 wheelbase, and 2WS cat with 18-speed transmission. 2018 trailer. Switched all the lights to JML glass.
Yeah, wow.
It lights up pretty good nonetheless. It put a lift axle on it and this and that, and then I polished out the back and top rails and stuff, just to give it a little bit more of a clean look to it. I bought it new and prefer the older motor over the Cummins. Pulled the Cummins out and put a cat in it, and one of them new Reman cat rotors. It 320,000 miles on it now.
Okay.
So it doesn't cause many problems with emissions anyway. So
Sure. When you ordered it, what did it look like?
So we ordered it with, it doesn't come with weed burner and all that, because then we put pipes and stuff on it anyway. So we would have, painted the tanks, put 8-inch exhaust on it. Then I got chopped top air cleaners, which we do a lot of the stuff ourselves. And then I got 12 gauge mirror bars and 12 gauge grill, which it's riding on a 4-bag air ride kit that I actually make myself. Aside from trucking, LB custom, Little Brothers custom.
So you guys do work for other people?
We do some, yeah. And I make a little bit different custom stuff. So then I just got, so I pull end dump as well. And then I make my passenger side step I made into a oil tank. Little stuff like that I make myself, which we do sell to other people, which is not, we don't push it. We're pretty well busy with trucking, and then I like to make different stuff myself. So in Talladega, hump fenders. We make our own brackets to mount the fenders.
Good.
The panels are Bob Scrumzone makes them himself. Roadworks, Chino tops. Just not sure what else all it is. We pretty much do everything ourselves. Is sort of pretty much it.
No other big shop involved in this in particular.
No, just the stuff we think we can't make ourselves. We buy it.
Yeah, sure.
Put it on ourselves. Steer axle air ride.
Yeah.
It's kind of an imitation of the factory 389 air ride.
Okay.
It's just that it changes out the brackets and puts a different bag in, and then it'll sit on the ground. Then what I was going for is it can still hold factory ride height, but it'll also sit on the ground.
Right.
I mean, it's like 2 inches from factory ride height.
Okay.
That way, because when we pull end dump, we still need to get off the ground, but it a little complicated sometimes. We haul a fair amount of livestock, and mostly fat cattle, but do a fair amount of feeders as well. I mean, we go pretty far, but a lot of it's pretty local. But then we also go down to Georgia and out of Virginia and stuff. Comes and goes a little bit, but that's with everything with cows. I guess it kind of picks up and slows down.
All right.
Picks up a little bit more in the fall usually.
Okay.
But we also run reefers, so it stay busy nonetheless. When everything's busy, then we're swamped. But
Right. How many trailers do you doing that? You must own a fair trailers, right? Between what did you say? 3 brothers and a lot of owner operators.
Yeah, well, so we have some drivers, but it's 3 of us brothers that have little brothers, and then we have trying to decide now. It's 13 total, which not sure. I guess how many owner operators, how many drivers it is.
Okay,
but then we do reefer and RGN. Have some belly dumps.
Okay.
Pretty much a little bit of everything. Trailers, it would probably be at least 30, right?
Okay, yeah.
Because we have however many end dumps, however many pots, and then reefers. And when one thing slows down, you can switch to the other, and you have more people to be able to accommodate, different
Sure.
stuff all the time. But it keeps us busy nonetheless.
How did trucking come to you?
Dad had trucks.
Okay.
And I've been, had around trucks ever since ever. So
Did you go out on your own to start at the very beginning, or what?
we drove for our dad.
Okay.
And then, well, he wanted to get out of trucking, and there we started up from there.
How long has it been a business?
3.5 years that we've been on our own as far as little brothers.
Cool.
Which me and my brothers drove for our dad ever since we were
Sure.
18. So
How old are you now?
I'm only 22 now.
Okay.
Yeah,
you're the youngest.
yeah.
And you come from, you said, a family of 10.
No, we actually come from a family of 14.
14, 14 siblings.
Yeah, I got.
There's some sisters in there.
Yeah, I got 9 brothers and 4 sisters.
Yeah. Wow.
Henceforth, little brothers, because we got quite a bit of big brothers.
Yeah.
Kept it interesting when we were little, nonetheless.
Trucking's certainly in the family for the Martins, for the Zacks too. On the glass of the rear sleeper window on Lucas Zack's Pete is the family tradition phrase, in fact. Nice to see the young men carrying on those legacies as owners. As noted, keep tuned for video treatments of both units, and here's a big thanks for listening. As noted up top too, times are running out for the small fleet owners among you to enter to compete in Overdrive's 2025 Small Fleet Championship. The chance to take home the 2025 title belt with a visit to Nashville in October for the final round at the annual conference of the National Association of Small Truck Companies. Hope to see your fleet's name in the running here before the July 31st, 2025 deadline. Find a link to the entry form in the show notes wherever you're listening. Overdrive Radio is on Spotify and SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts and YouTube, Overdrive's Facebook page, and any listening platform, really. Leave us a review there if you're enjoying these, and big thanks in advance for it. As always, big thanks for listening. Overdrive Radio is a production of Overdrive, the voice of the American trucker. It's edited and produced by me, Todd Dills, with the acoustic guitar and other support of trucker-songwriter Long Haul Paul Marhofer. The theme is Legend of the Snake Man by Marhofer, featuring the guitar work of Travis, the Snake Man himself, Whammock, Terry Two Socks Richardson on bass, keys by Tishomingo Jim Whitehead, and on drums, Andrew Marshall. The podcast is backed up further by Overdrive's own social media coordinator, Jasmine Campbell, senior editor, Matt Cole, executive editor, Alex Lockie, and video editors, Lawson Rudsell and Andrew Quinn. See you next week.